It's a beautiful day outside today. The last couple days have been over 0, so things have been nice and warm. A bunch of my snow has been melting. You can see up there, it's especially snow-free after that big snowfall that we got. And today, despite being beautiful, has been incredibly frustrating. My van, my piece of garbage vehicle, every year at this time of year, it stops starting for me. I don't drive very often, and so it doesn't like me. When Ian goes away and then it's only getting driven once a week, the battery dies on it. There's some sort of drain on the battery. And then I eventually run into issues where I just can't get the battery to charge any longer. And every year, this time of year it feels, I am going and buying a new battery for my van, which I do not like. And I'm always trying to find a solution. I knew that it was having troubles, so I went out to put a trickle charger on it today to try to get it fully charged, just to keep it on its last legs. And my hood of my vehicle is broken, so I can't actually open up my vehicle to charge my battery. And so now it's a question of, am I going to be able to keep enough charge in the vehicle that I can start it to get it to a mechanic who can then fuss around with opening the hood. I spent a good 45 minutes fighting with it, and I was not smiling then. But I then decided to forget about it and to come down here to the garden and to pick some stuff. So I've been down here picking up a salad, and I gotta say, oh man, if it wasn't for a garden, I don't think I'd be able to make it. You know, they talk about the garden being able to provide, you know, a lot of mental health benefits, and I highly agree with that. You know, you come down here and you putz around for a little bit, and it really does help your cares just melt away. I think that might be one of the reasons why it seems like so many of us gardeners experience the winter blues maybe a bit more. You know, no garden, and then what do you do, right? You gotta have all these other healthy habits, which, you know, in my case are not so healthy, like binge watching Netflix and eating chocolate all winter. So I'm definitely glad to have a nice beautiful day, and also to have an actual winter garden this year. Having this, I can say I'm never going back to the no garden. We're having winter gardens here forever. It's awesome. It's so nice to have, you know, and a reason to be out here when the sun's shining, which happens like 4 days in the winter. So you gotta get that vitamin D when you can. I was out here saying a little bit of a thank you to my kale. This winter boar kale I'm obsessed with. I'm sure if you've been around here for a while, you've heard me talk about it, because it is the best. It goes to such cold weathers. The seed is super pricey, but it is worth all the money in the world. Winter boar kale, it's so amazing. And I was looking at my plants that I have here and snacking on them a bit, and I planted them so late. They were these tiny little baby plants, and they're not in the tunnel, so they're getting all the cold weather and frozen, and I keep stepping on them because they're right at the entrance of the tunnel. And despite that, they're actually still growing through, you know, this winter weather. I mean, nice winter weather, but it's still growing. And man, you gotta appreciate plants like that. One thing that always helped me get through the winter, even before I had my winter garden, was planning for the next year's garden and doing all my seed shopping. So I've been sitting here thinking that it's about time to start doing that. So expect to see lots and lots of me talking about my seeds soon, because I like to think on what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna buy a bit before I buy, to keep myself from going too crazy. Ian's never any help. He lets me buy whatever I want and do whatever I want, so it's hard to keep it all reeled in. Success! My vehicle's fixed. I don't have to stress anymore. I had to get a new battery. But I maybe have a solution now. So we're outside yet again having a mental health day. I am taking my compost, and I am going to be weeding my garden, which feels really weird to say in the middle of the winter. It's okay to be jealous of my compost pile because it is massive. Tree? Is there a cat in a tree? Bo loves climbing trees. You're a silly guy. Here, pet him. Hey, don't be mean. Don't be mean to the cat.
I need a new dirt pile.
A mud pit to play in.
You need a dirt pile.
What about you, Sam? Do you need a mud pit?
I need a dirt.
I'm prepared. Go to battle. Gotta go weed my polytunnel, which is gonna be very annoying because I'm gonna have to climb inside the tunnel and try to squat, move around without getting my butt all muddy. And I'm up for the challenge. Arrgh. I have too many weeds. My spinach will never grow if I leave it like this. So just to give you guys some scale, that is a 5-gallon bucket, and then that is how big my tunnel is. So pretty tight squeeze. What are you eating? I've been pretty excited about this crop here. This is a kale. It's called Improved Siberian, and I've never tried it before. But it said that it was pretty cold hardy, not quite the winter boar, but almost. And it has been doing really well. Everything in here has been getting, mistreated, stepped on and stuff like that, but it's keeping up pretty good with the winter boar. And, it's definitely something I'm excited to experiment with for next fall. Everyone on Instagram gave me a hard time when I told them I was going to come in here and weed my tunnel, because what I have growing in here is chickweed, and chickweed is edible, but I don't think they necessarily realize how much I have. So I am not going to be eating my chickweed, even though you can, because I have more than enough more enjoyable things to eat. But if you do have chickweed in your garden, you can eat it, and as far as edible weeds go, it is a good one. It's not overly strong in its flavor. It's not my favorite. So this is going back in the compost pile. Looking much better, much happier. Not completely done, but definitely made some progress. Oh, need to work on my squatting muscles. That was not as easy as I need it to be. and I was only in there for about a half an hour. But second bucket of weeds, and I better head inside. My little monkeys disappeared. It got very quiet a little bit ago, so better go make sure they're not inside and up to trouble. A quick update on the greenhouse. This is how far it got. Most definitely not done. Not even close to being done. So still don't know exactly what's gonna happen with this. I have a month and a half to figure it out. Ian may be home, he may not be home. So I've just been putting that one on the back burner waiting. But yeah, despite what he said in that video, he most definitely did not get my greenhouse done. Bad Ian. I am feeling much better. You know, obviously little stressful things happen in life, and you know, it's good to have tricks for how to deal with that. And for me, gardening is definitely one of those things. The van was a pain, and is always a pain, but I don't normally have a garden this time of year, so that is definitely something we're celebrating. It's better to be dwelling on how exciting it is to be able to be outside weeding than on, you know, the little stresses in life. I have a very busy week. I am ordering up seeds, trying to get some sort of plan going for my farm. Even saying that feels slightly weird, but yes, it's officially 2019. It's officially farm time. So I'm going to be having lots and lots of seed stuff coming up. It's pretty much been, you know, an 18 hours a day thing. I've been thinking about it, obsessing about it, reading about it, watching videos about it, shopping for it. So there's gonna be lots of seed videos coming up. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because that is what we're gonna be doing for the next month or two. What are you doing, Bo? What are you doing?